Good evening everyone, Adrian Hughes here with Hughesy Tech, and tonight we're taking a look at the Xiaomi Mijia Car DVR. Now this is a recently released dash cam from Xiaomi themselves. This is the first solo effort from Xiaomi actually. They have partnered up with Xiaoyi in the past and released 2 sets of dash cams, but this is their first effort on their own. So we're going to have a unboxing and a first look at this dash cam tonight here on Hughesy Tech. So let's get right into it. First off the bat, this has a Sony IMX323 sensor. Now that is the follow-up to the IMX322 from a couple of years ago. It is basically a lower cost, lower scale chipset package, so there won't be any discernible differences in image quality unless Xiaomi has come to the party and done some of their own image processing algorithms and whatnot. So it's always interesting to see if a manufacturer has just taken the part off the shelf and done nothing with it, or they've done a lot with it and done some significant image improvements, which we always like to see here on Hughesy Tech. Now, this is also utilizing a Mstar MSC8328P chipset. It's quite a handful there, and it is basically the same chipset that was used in the Mini 0801S that I reviewed a few weeks back here on the channel. Coming to the box itself, we do have a quick outline of the features. It does say that it's clear night vision here. Got the usual G sensor, which is a staple of most dash cams out there. 3-inch touchscreen, and it's saying that it is a touch screen right there. Now I must point out before we get into it that this isn't technically a touch screen. It's just a screen with capacitive touch buttons underneath, as you'll see very soon. No biggie, but for those of you out there that are purely just wanting to buy the dash cam because it has a touch screen, sorry to say, but it doesn't actually have a touch screen. So this is the Mi logo there and the Mi Home branding there. So this is a staple now of many of their products. So you can just see that logo and you just go, like basically that's it. It's going to work with the Mi Home app that I just use on my phone or my tablet. Yeah, that's it with the box there. We'll see what's on the bottom. Just a basically brief spiel there. 5 volts, 2.4 amp charger, 240 milliamp hour battery on the device itself. So no capacitor here, no hot daytime usage of this camera is recommended. And we do have Wi-Fi on board, which is nice to see. So we've got BGN 2.4, no dual band, so no wireless A, no 5 gigahertz. But since it is just a, it's not going to be recording huge files, so should be able to live with that. And let's open the box up itself. It is quite nice packaging here. Xiaomi always does a pretty good job with their packaging. They're pretty stuck into the white packaging these days with all their products as of late. This is the camera itself. So it is quite a nice little camera there, as you can see. A nice silver ring there, which does appear copper in some light there, depending on which way you shine lights onto it or have a look at it in the daytime. We'll just set that aside for the moment there. Also, before I get into the rest of what's in the box with the dots for the contents here, I'll just do a quick, well actually, before I do that, it does say what the other specifications are. So if I just remove this here, which did say on that little thing there, just to remove it. This is, let's just get closer to the camera. Come on, camera. This is a f1.8 aperture. Does record at 1080p up to 30 frames per second. It has a field of view of 160 degrees, which is nice to see. I always like the 160 or 170s. Does strike a good balance between not having too much of a fisheye effect and not being able to capture enough on the sides of the car. Do have a 6 glass element lens here. Again, This is the Mi Home logo, and we do have the microphone there. As for other specifications, we can take up to 64 gigabyte micro SD memory cards. Does record in H.264 format, and I have checked that the audio does record in AAC format. It's 256 kilobits in 2 channels, so that is stereo, which is nice to see here. And I can also point out here, it's got a nice textured feel here. Oh, that feels quite nice there. This is pretty much the most premium dash cam I've ever reviewed here on the channel. It is very solidly built, and my god, it is a very, very nice design here and very nice to hold. Not too heavy, very lightweight. I think it only comes in at about 85 grams there, so it is nice. Yeah, we do have the micro SD memory card slot here on the side. So just ping that open. Pretty straightforward there. Do have the indicator LED there, which does cycle between white and red. There's no other colors. White's for everything's good. Red's for charging the battery, or to say it's connected to a USB port or whatnot. Do have the recording power on and off button up here. This is a little insert to put the mount for the camera itself, which we'll get to a bit later on. Micro USB port there for charging and data transfer. Quite happy I got that right this time, instead of fluffing it up and saying it is a mini USB. And do have the sticker here just saying, well, yeah, basically the same as what's on the bottom of the box. And we do have a 3-inch screen here, which does have the capacitive touch buttons underneath here, as you can see with the dots. So as I said earlier in my video, no touch screen, just capacitive touch buttons under the actual 3-inch TFT LCD screen. We'll just set that aside for the moment there, and we'll take a look at what else is inside the box. Do have a brief spiel here on the top, just saying basically how to put it in your car and how to set it up. Pretty straightforward there. Do have a little nice envelope here, which does say this is the electrostatic film inside. So basically you've got this electrostatic film here. You do put this on your windshield of your vehicle first. So just place it on there, peel it off, and then you shall put the mount, when it's obviously slotted into the camera, the mount into that particular, well, lining up actually, not into, but lining up there, obviously after you've removed the adhesive, to mount the camera itself to your windshield. You have a spare adhesive on board here in the box, a car charger right there. Should be the 5 volt 2.4 amps, as you can see there, which it did say on the bottom of the box. Just a single USB-A port there, no biggie, pretty standard affair. And we've got the last little box here inside the Xiaomi Mijia DVR. We do have an instruction leaflet, basically, which is in Chinese. Just a brief spiel about how basically what the buttons do on the device, how to plug it in with the mount, how to set up on your windshield, basically going through the menu itself, brief spiel specifications on the back, how many minutes it records if you put in different size micro SD memory cards, QR code to get to the Mi Home app, and explain about Wi-Fi there, and a bit of troubleshooting if you run into any issues, what to do then, what to check for if your Xiaomi camera has gone bonkers. And this, last of all, is the micro USB to USB-A cable. So 3.3 or 3.5 meters length, the standard length there for dash cams. Basically that's it for the box contents. So let's have a look at the Xiaomi Mijia dash cam itself. Let's just plug it in here. Now I must make note that this is all in Chinese. There is no English to anywhere to be seen. That might change in the future, but for now it is basically an all Chinese product. But don't let that stand in the way here. Now this is the first English narration video that I've seen on YouTube of this dash cam here. So I have figured out all the settings and options. So if you are interested in buying this particular dash cam from my good mates there at GearBest, then I shall be running you through it. So don't let this be a hindrance to you. Don't freak out that it is in Chinese. It is pretty easy to set up and pretty easy to maintain this dash cam, even though it is in Chinese language, as I said. So, you know, pretty straightforward, and yeah, don't let that sway your purchasing decision. So when we turn on the camera, actually, I'll just turn this off. There we go. First of all, just press and hold the on and off button, and it does count down 3 seconds or so before the camera turns off. Pretty straightforward, but there is an option on, if you tap on the right there, to tell it to shut down immediately, which does speed things up a little bit. Now I'm just plugging this in to the Mi Notebook 12.5 to power it on. See what is in the options there. As you can see, nice gold variant there of the Xiaomi Mi Notebook. So as I said before, touch buttons on the bottom there. And we've got some little icons there to make things a little bit easier to decipher. Microphone on and off. Wi-Fi on and off. So this does have Wi-Fi, as I said earlier in this video. You can hook this up to the Mi Home app, so you can watch video directly. Sorry, before I get into that, this is the wireless access point name there, and that's the password you have to put in there. So basically, yeah, you can connect this to the Mi Home app, and then you can watch live video from your camera itself. No delay. It's 30 frames per second. It's pretty good bit rate and frame rate, actually. Just pretty instantaneous between your phone or tablet or PC and the dash cam itself. And you can also view saved videos on the device itself, on the camera itself, on the micro SD memory card. And you can save those directly onto your phone or tablet or PC using the app. There is an option there to just save it directly there and then, which is always handy if you don't feel like taking out your micro SD memory card or removing this camera and hooking up to your PC to copy files over. This is emergency record here with the flag. So if I tap it there, it's just going to give a, I'm guessing, 30-second segment there of emergency footage that it records to the micro SD memory card. So we'll just wait for that, and then we'll get on to what else is in the menu options. Now I can't remember, but if I said it earlier, but it does record at 257 kilobits at 2 channels. So this recording in stereo AAC format, which is nice to see on a dash cam. Very clear audio quality, which is always nice to see and always handy in a accident there. We go into the settings menu here. We do have the emergency record, so we can go in there, and it does have a list of videos there that we've recorded as emergency videos. And I can just play videos here. Can speed it up 1, 2, 4, 8 speed, 1 speed. As you can see there, I'm ranting on a little bit there, but basically you get the gist of it. You can pause or play. As you can see, I was just fought off. You know, looks like a touch screen there, but it isn't actually. Went to go and hit the touch target there, but failed miserably. So you can record it there. Delete videos there. As you can see, it's gone. Now, if I just move over to the right there, we do get into the main settings. Now, this is a Wi-Fi setting here, which you've basically seen before. It says the access point and the password to connect. This is the screen timeout. So we've got the options of 30 seconds, 1 minute, or just keep it on the whole entire time. If we go in here, this is the G sensor sensitivity. So you've got low, medium, and high. Now I must point out before we go on that the second or third option here will be to format the memory card. Now, I must I must point out that when you insert a memory card into this device for the first time, it'll ask you to format the memory card. So it won't actually let you do anything else, except go into the settings menu, of course, if you haven't formatted the memory card. Now this is pretty standard behavior from Xiaomi. They do this to their phones as well. So yeah, it's a good benefit. At least it clears everything, but a bit of a nuisance because actually it does it if you update the firmware on this device as well. So you can update the firmware through the Mi Home app. It does connect through Wi-Fi, and I must point out that if you do decide to do that, then you need to have a phone with an active SIM card in it. So it needs one Wi-Fi connection to your phone or tablet to the Xiaomi camera itself, and obviously the LTE or 3G to download the firmware update, which will then push to the camera. Turn off the camera, turn it on again, and then it will first read the firmware file, then secondly write the firmware file, and then it will be updated, and then it'll just tell you, well, basically, yep, you've got to format the damn memory card again, which is a bit of a nuisance if you've got all that footage to save. You're going to have to move all of that over before you wipe it with the format. Now this is the emergency video record capacity there at the top. That's 2.6 gigabytes left, and all around footage is 8.8 gigabytes. So this is a 16 gigabyte memory card in here. So it'll tell you there that's basically the whole cam caboodle of it. Now this is the date and time setting. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. This is a brief spiel about the app, just saying if you want to update the firmware, then just do it for the Mi Home app. Last option there, second last, sorry. This is asking me, do you want to format the camera? I'm like, nope, no thanks. And this just basically displays the latest firmware version. So up to 1.0.8. This camera did come preloaded with 1.0.6, which was the February one. So they have done some improvements in the meantime after release. That's it for the settings option there, basically. And for the entire camera itself. It's basically not much else to this dash cam. Apart from that, we're going to be testing this out very soon. I'm going to take night footage, daytime, and sunset footage as I usually do here on the channel. As you can see there, which I explained before, this has turned white because it's got its battery charge and it's happily showing off its wares to the camera here on HusiTech. I'd like to thank you again for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe. I did leave a link in the video description below if you want to purchase this camera. Do purchase it from our good friends over at Gearbest, which have always looked after us, and they are a fantastic source for all things electronics, clothing, apparel, toys, miscellaneous items, or whatnot. You can purchase them directly from Gearbest. They have great prices, great customer service, great support, and great rewards programs actually. So you do get things like points that you can put towards your next purchase, which will give you a discount. Little things like that, which do all add up to a very pleasant shopping experience. So once again, thanks to them. A massive shout out to Gearbest there. Before we leave tonight, actually, because I don't believe I did it before, I'll just show you quickly. I'll just disconnect that. So this is the mount here. It does slide over there, as you can see. Would have been nice to see a proprietary 1/4-inch camera mount there, which would make things a bit easier. And if you do end up wrecking this mount, then you won't have to figure around looking for spare parts. But yeah, Xiaomi pretty good at chucking up spare parts for the devices. Give them a month or two, and then it'll probably pop up for purchase. Yeah, that's it. Very excited to test this out, and like I said, I have some very nice videos in the last very nice cameras, sorry, in the last couple of weeks. Had the stage cam, which has come in a nice rose gold variety, sorry. And now we have the Xiaomi Mijia Car DVR here, which has come in a nice plastic, and I don't know, I'm not sure what material this is, but as you can see, I can't quite keep my hands off it. It's very nice to hold there, and luckily I've clipped my fingernails because I don't want it to get scratched up at all. It's very nice feeling, and oh geez, it's just, you can't get over how nice it is. It's even got the little nice ring here, the copper ring around the little camera shutter button there. So yeah, that's it. This is the little guy itself. Very excited to take it for a spin in my car, and very excited to share the results with you as to how this dash cam fares as a recording device in my vehicle and how it stacks up to its competitors. Once again, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks again to GearBest and Xiaomi, and I hope to see you on my next video. Bye for now.